What's the name of your farm?
Johnson Brothers Farm.
I'm gonna actually hang on. I'm just gonna come over here. That's cool. Okay, so Johnson Brothers Farms.
Yes.
How many acres and like what kind of stuff are you working with?
Well, we've got about 130 acres, but we've raised probably about 5 acres of garden.
Okay.
Different garden, stuff, vegetables.
What have been, I guess, like some of the struggles in recent years, and what have been some of like the good points?
The weather is always the biggest struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Too hot, too dry, too wet. Just always a gamble on farming.
Right.
It's always a struggle. That's the biggest struggle.
Yeah, there's I've gotten a little bit interested into like farmers insurance and so forth. So, is there even any viable way for farmers to protect themselves? Like, because it doesn't, from what we've understood, it doesn't really work.
We used to raise a lot of tobacco and had insurance because you had to borrow a lot of money to raise it. And even when you had a loss, if it wasn't like a complete loss, you didn't get nothing. So no, it's not really feasible. It's not really worth it.
Right. Has your farm had to expand like in acreage in order to survive, or because like it seems that I was talking to somebody and they said like a 500 acre was a small farm for them.
Well, from around here, 500 acres is a pretty good sized farm, a big farm actually.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but no, we haven't. Actually, that's why we went into raising vegetables, so you could make it on a smaller acreage.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested in maybe someday having like 2 or 3 acres because you can really produce a lot off of something like that.
Yeah.
So if we could go through like each of these, so what I guess like how far apart are you planting your watermelons? Or, like can we just go down the line and what?
2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. If we could just like go down the line and be like, this is how this one's growing. It like worked out well. It does like good with a lot of water, not a lot of water.
Some of this stuff I've raised, some stuff I didn't. Like the watermelons, cantaloupe, I don't raise.
Okay.
I get them from the Mennonites down in Casey County.
Okay.
So they're really good at it.
Yeah.
The squash, zucchini, that kind of stuff. Cucumbers, we plant about every 2 weeks, and you have to water about every 3rd day.
Okay.
But we have them on drip, plastic mulch and drip irrigation.
Yep. What agricultural zone is this? Growing zone?
It's a 7A.
7A. Okay. I spent about 2.5 months working on an urban farm in Cleveland. It was like an abandoned Lithuanian diocese that they converted into like a food forest out front and some no-till stuff in the back. So I'm still very new. I still have a lot to learn. But the only way to learn is, to get out, talk to people, and then, get a job like as well and, get into it. So, is there anything else that you want to share or? Yeah. All right. How long have you been farming for?
Basically all my life. When I got out of school at 21, I'm 67 now, so 40.
Did you study some kind of like agriculture at school?
Well,
or?
as a family, my family was farmers. I took ag in school, but mostly just from growing up on a farm.
Yeah, well, that's really. And your whole family are farmers?
Yeah.
How many generations?
Oh shoot, I have no idea. My father was, his father was, and I'm sure his father was. Several generations.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be the last. My son's not gonna be a farmer.
No.
No.
Yeah. So I guess to take like the dark turn, who are gonna be the next farmers? So thank you. Maybe like you're doing something.
Well, there'd be people like this. That would be.
Yeah.
Like I say, my son is not going to farm, and my brother's son is not going to farm. But it'll be people like Hannah that has an interest in it. And,
Yeah. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions about like what you're interested in? Is it okay if the camera's on you? Okay. Yeah. So like, are you in college?
I'm graduated from college. I have a degree in exercise sports science.
In exercise
Sports science.
And you got into this instead,
Yeah,
or?
so I grew up on a farm actually,
Okay.
and just we had like a garden for ourselves. We didn't sell anything or produce anything for other people. But I grew up just out in the fields, running around barefoot, and loved it. And I actually started with the farmers markets maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay.
selling mushrooms for a farmer I knew for my hometown, and that's how I met these guys and started helping them. So I don't do a lot of the farming side now. I live here in downtown Lexington, so I can barely have a garden.
Yeah.
And, I don't plan on farming or anything, but I do plan on having like a garden for most of my life. You know, kind of growing as many of the vegetables that I can feed myself with, and supporting local farmers by shopping local.
Yeah. Have you so do you have any like indoor growing operations like in your apartment or anything, or?
I mean, I keep green onions on the windowsill and grow some like microgreens and stuff.
Yeah.
Just enough for myself. And I planned on starting an outdoor garden this year with just enough like lettuce, tomatoes, and sesame, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Which so we were growing a decent amount of microgreens in Cleveland. I think we had broccoli, we had radishes, we had sunflowers, did peas. What kind are you growing?
I've grown broccoli, but right now I only have wheatgrass. So
wheatgrass. Oh, interesting.
Wheat seeds. Gotta soak them in water and grow them. And
I think I've read that broccoli is supposed to be the most nutritious out of all of
I think it's the most robust.
Yeah, and then sunflower seeds would have the most protein for people. So yeah, that's really cool. Do you just do like, are you doing 10 by 20 trays and then?
I do like a small. Candle jar. Actually, just enough for me. So
right.
I'm not the one eating them, so I just do just a little bit.
Awesome. Yeah. Anything else that you want to share with people, or?
Just how important it is to shop local and just support the farmers in your area. Buy local honey, buy local vegetables, meats, all that stuff.
Yeah. Has that? It kind of seems that that's a big thing around Kentucky. Like, everybody seems to try to help one another.
There's a whole campaign, Shop Local Kentucky, and it's got a lot of steam behind it, you could say.
Yeah.
And it's people in Kentucky typically are from a small town, even if they live in the bigger cities, or they know someone from a small town, because we don't have any huge cities here.
Yeah.
And so there's that connection already. And so the importance of shopping local and supporting those small businesses and farmers and stuff is kind of ingrained in us, I feel like.
Yeah.